Hey everybody, JC here. Happy Sunday afternoon. It is about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. About to go make a quick run to the family Vietnamese restaurant, see my wife and some family there, and then may do one or two other quick runs. We don't know yet, but already have the navigation set in the Tesla. So let's go ahead and get on the road. All right. Put the rear facing camera on. Took a few seconds there to calibrate. Got my sister-in-law's car right there beside us, as well as my wife's car, which is being used by my niece today. Right. Navigate that well. Great job. Yeah, we've had a little bit of rain here today. It didn't last very long, but as most folks in Houston will tell you, we can get these really quick flash floods that come in for about a half hour and create a lot of standing water, but they're gone as quickly as they came in, and that was kind of what we got today. All right, we're at the stop sign. We do have an oncoming vehicle. Wait to see what they did not put on their blinker. They turned right into the neighborhood, but they did not turn on their blinker, so we properly waited for them. Come up to the stop sign. Another complete and total 0 mile per hour NHTSA stop. Good turn. Handle the standing water well. So I will be on the road tomorrow and all of this next week. Oh, well, let's see how we navigate this here. We got some brush on the side. We handle that well. Got some standing water. Good decision making there. So I am going to be on the road with my wife tomorrow. We are going to Wichita, Kansas. So it's about, let's say it's like a 580 mile drive. And it shows it being, you know, depending on traffic and the weather and whatnot, probably going to be anywhere from 8 to 10 hours. Maybe with the weather, what it is, being wintertime and not knowing what traffic's going to be like going through Dallas and Oklahoma City, I'm just going to be flexible and say anywhere from as little as 8 hours to as much as 12. But hopefully in that 8 to 10 range. So yeah, we will be on the road all day tomorrow. And the drive up to Wichita, Kansas from where I'm at in the Houston area, the pros and cons. The big pro is it's all interstate. So I shouldn't say 100% interstate, because obviously you got to get over to the interstate, but for all intents and purposes, out of the 580 mile drive, I want to say 560 of it's going to be interstate. So basically you take I-45, Interstate 45 north, all the way up to Dallas. And then in Dallas, we get over to I-35, Interstate 35 north, and we'll take that up through Oklahoma City and then on up into Kansas, into Wichita. And then we will be spending the rest of the week in Wichita, Kansas. My wife has a new job, and part of that job is going to have her in Wichita for part of the year. She's still trying to figure out exactly how much time and when she needs to be there, but just a rough estimate is she's going to need to spend, you know, a good 25 to 50% of the year up in Wichita. And not to get into the boring details of it, not that it's bored, but nothing that you're concerned with, is the company she's working for, that she's taken the new job with, they have a big part of their operations are up in Wichita, basically like a shared service center type of arrangement. And so yeah, so that'll be interesting. And the other, so that's one of the big pros, is that it's all interstate. Another pro is that basically between here and Wichita, Kansas, it is flat as a board. So it's not like we're going to be going through any mountainous environment, not even hilly. So that'll make it a bit easier. Now the cons is that it's going to be pretty doggone cold. So I checked the Weather Channel, and around the time that we are due to arrive in Wichita tomorrow evening, it's damn near going to be 1 degree. It's like, it's almost like, what temperature is it? And you look at the thermometer and you go, there isn't any. What? It's 0. There is no temperature. The thermometer says nothing. That's how cold it is. There is no temperature. So obviously that is not the environment that we're used to here in Southeast Texas. I made a joke earlier today that, our temperature topped out at 76 degrees here in the Houston area today, and by tomorrow night I will be in 1 degree, 0 degree weather. What type of windbreaker do I need to pack? Because quite frankly, in the area I live in, even in the wintertime, you're usually pretty okay with a pullover sweater and a windbreaker. That is not going to be the case up there. So we're definitely going to pack some winter wear, some thermals, some layers. Thankfully, she, obviously has a type of job where you're not working outside, but still, you got to be prepared for winter weather like that. So that's probably the biggest con, really the only con of the drive, is that we're going to be going in some pretty frigid weather. The other thing from a weather standpoint is, I do believe there was or is a blizzard warning for that area, Kansas, tonight. So for everybody living in the Wichita, Kansas area, or that South Central Kansas area that may or may not watch my videos, even if you don't watch them, my thoughts are with y'all tonight. Stay indoors. Have all of your emergency gear with you. Just be ready for that. So hopefully everybody does well during that blizzard. But at least I think by the time we get up there tomorrow night, it does not look like there will be any more snow flurries. But again, you know how that is. The weather can change in a second, and there could still be ice and whatnot. So we're going to be extra careful, extra cautious. Again, that's another fortunate thing of it almost entirely being interstate. Because generally speaking, even in inclement weather, the interstates are the most heavily used roads. So they generally stay warmer than the other roads, and they get iced quicker, or I should say get salted quicker. Get iced too, but so we do have that benefit of it. And I even think, I have to check again, our hotel is literally right off the interstate, so that'll be helpful. But so yeah, got that to look forward to. I just we decided that since this was going to be her first trip up to Wichita as part of this new job she's got, and the fact that I'm retired, that I would go ahead and drive up there with her. And we got the Tesla, so it is a road trip warrior, and she has definitely road tripped in the Tesla with me before, so she knows all about it. We've gone to California a couple of times in the Tesla, and so she knows what it's like road tripping in a Tesla, and she loves it. So that's what we're gonna do. And I get to be up there with her, so even though it'll be her, you know, first trip away from home for work in a while, at least she'll have my beautiful face to come home to every night and wake up to every morning when she's in a brand new location. So I thought I would grace her with my presence during that. All right, we got protected right here. It just turned protected. Great job. So yeah, looking forward to that. So we're going to be on the road all day tomorrow. I will be filming parts of it. Obviously, it's unlike my normal FSD drives where I just throw on the camera and film all of it, and I download and upload the entire thing full, uncut, just raw 1x videos of my FSD drives and my commentary and anything that may come up during it. Obviously, I'm not gonna do that with an 8 to 10 hour drive. I mean, you have really got to be suffering from insomnia if that's something that, you know, would be helpful. But what I do plan to do is I am just going to run the cameras. So you never know what comes up during a long distance drive. And so what I'm thinking about doing now is I normally record, you know what, I may even be able to do it at 4K, but I normally do all of my recording at 4K because I like the video quality, and I think all of you like the video quality. But what I may do is just go ahead and set it at 1080 and just have the cameras going all the time. And just if it picks up something interesting, I will hang on to that clip. Or if an interesting conversation comes up about the drive, I'll hold on to that. But and I'll compile all that together and download it and upload it for you. But the things that I definitely think I want to record on the trip is any of the supercharger stops. Like I may have a snippet or two from each of the supercharger stops if they're brand new. I mean, some of the superchargers I've been to before, and I've already got videos out there. Oh, the sun's peeking back out. I've got videos uploaded about those supercharger stops, and some of those I've already been through because I've been to Dallas plenty of times before, and so I've recorded the supercharger locations between here and Dallas. But I have not between Dallas and Wichita. I've actually never been to Wichita, Kansas. I have been to Oklahoma City, but I've never been to Wichita, Kansas, so I'll record some of that. I also will record how FSD does going through Dallas, because depending on what time we are able to leave the house tomorrow morning, we should be getting to Dallas around lunchtime or early afternoon. So that'll be interesting. Dallas is a crazy town. I mean, I'm telling you, going through downtown Dallas, whoo, they are a sprightly bunch on I-45 and Interstate 35, and I forget what it is it 135 or 235, 435? I forget whatever that loop is around Dallas, but yeah, they're pretty sprightly there on the roads. Nice way of saying they're crazy as hell. I mean, I thought Houston drivers could be crazy. Dallas drivers they take it to another level. But I'll record that. And then I don't think I've ever recorded FSD through Oklahoma City, so I'll probably go ahead and record taking FSD through Oklahoma City and get that all videoed and put together as one kind of FSD through Dallas, and then an FSD through Oklahoma City, and then probably Wichita as well. The only thing is we'll probably be pulling into Wichita at night, so maybe we'll have it going. We'll just see what Wichita looks like at nighttime coming in. But I'll have something put together, so it won't be the normal FSD video that I put together. I'm not gonna do, like I said, a 8 to 10 hour long FSD video. I will keep y'all up to speed on, well, I guess you could say abreast. Not up to the breast, but abreast. So apologies there. Hopefully I didn't hashtag me too anybody on that one there. He talked about being up against my breast. Oh my God. No, abreast or up to speed. So bad word choice there. I will keep y'all both abreast and up to speed on how FSD is doing along the way. And one thing that I'm very fortunate with is that I have Tesla insurance. And when you have Tesla insurance, they give you all of the diagnostic data on the Tesla app, and it shows how many of your miles are on FSD versus not FSD. So I'll be able to show you that as well. Now, the only wrinkle that could get thrown into that is if my wife does any of the driving. She loves to drive the Tesla, but she does not use FSD. She likes to actually drive. And I don't blame her. I mean, hell, at the end of the day, it's a great car. I mean, the acceleration on the Tesla and the handling, it's just, it's, I mean, any of y'all that drive Teslas, you know what I'm talking about. Like the folks that don't, you're probably going to be like, oh, Tesla fanboy. But no, go test drive a Tesla and you'll see. It's just so much, and that's why my wife's next car, she is in complete agreement with it. She wants it to be a Tesla. So we've only had her Mercedes for a couple of years now. So we're just waiting for the right time. Quite frankly, waiting for her car to no longer be underwater. I'm sure a lot of y'all out there that bought cars in the last 2 to 3 years know exactly what I'm talking about. We bought at the height of the market, and now the market there is no height. It's submerged. So if you bought a vehicle, a brand new vehicle in the last 2 or 3 years, especially a higher end one, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We're all pretty much underwater. And so kind of waiting for the numbers to be a little bit better on that, but no ifs, ands, or buts about it. My wife's next vehicle will be a Tesla. That's what she wants. She really likes the Model Y. Like, don't get me wrong, she likes my Model 3. She likes how it can zip around, and I've got the long range, so really good as a road trip warrior. But she really likes the Model Y. She likes that extra space. She actually likes the look of it. And, you know, wink, wink, nod, nod. I know it's something we're not supposed to talk about technically, but we all know there's a refresh Model Y coming out, right? We don't know when, but I think we all pretty much know that sometime in this quarter or maybe early next quarter, they're gonna have a, you know, and where it's gonna be, maybe China or something like that, because that's the way the Model 3 was. The Model 3 came out in the first quarter of last year, and it was launched in China, and lo and behold, about 4 or 5 months later, they launched it in the US, and that's when I jumped on it. So that's what she's interested in. So I'm hoping the timing works out really well for us, because we're not ready right now just because of where we are on her Mercedes, but I'm hoping that within 6 or 7 or 8 months that we'll be at a better spot with her Mercedes, and we're ready to pull the trigger on a new Tesla for her. And I'm also hoping that at that point in time there is a brand new Model Y out there. But I'll tell you, she likes the current Model Y. She loves that thing. If honestly, had we not been underwater on her Mercedes, we would have pulled the trigger on a Model Y now. Because why give up the pleasure? I mean, she wants to have a Model Y, like right now. She would be enjoying that Model Y much more than she enjoys that Mercedes SUV of hers. Because every time she gets in my car, she's just like, my God, the tech in here is just so much better. And the acceleration and just everything about it is so much better. And your car is half the price of mine. I go, I know, babe. This is what you wanted at the time. So it's like, for half the cost of her Mercedes SUV, we have much better tech in my car. Ooh, that sun is like coming right into the car. Let's just make this turn real quick here in a second. Yeah, but for half the price of her Mercedes SUV, I get 10 times better tech in my Tesla. The acceleration is so much better. The handling is better. Everything about this Model 3 refresh compared to her Mercedes SUV, it's not even close. But she likes having a little bit, yeah, I figured I would get a little bit of a, just because of that sun. I had to dip my head. I didn't want to cover up the windshield for the sake of y'all, but hey, did you notice? No red hands, 0 red hands. That sun coming that piercingly right into us, no red hands. All right, we're about to pull up into the parking lot. Let's see how we do. Let's see if it parks us. Is it going to try to park us? Nope, it is not going to try to park it. You know what I'm going to try to do real quick? Let's try something. No, not that. Exit out. Let's try it. I just wonder if it may try to park it. Let's just see. Because I don't know if I set the pin. Nah, it's just not going to work in this parking lot. It's too small. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and park and go inside, and I will see y'all in a little bit. All right, everybody. Bye. Hey, everybody. JC back again. Back in the Tesla and ready to head home. So let's push the little blue button and get on the road. All right. Got the rear camera on. Make sure nobody's behind us. Got a big truck, my brother-in-law's truck, GMC Sierra we got to get around. Wife borrowed his truck today. She had to haul some stuff. All right. Come up to the exit of the parking lot. No vehicles coming. Good to go. Put on our right blinker. Light turns green. Looks like there's some emergency vehicles. I don't know if those are police or emergency vehicles over there, but anyway, we're going to avoid them. So no opportunity to see that. So yeah, I had a nice visit with wife and family and some of the employees there at the restaurant. And now we are headed on back to the casa and start getting ready for tomorrow's trip to Wichita. So yeah, on the drive over here, I talked about the road trip that we're taking to Wichita tomorrow, the fact that we'll be there during the week, and what I plan to do as far as my Tesla FSD content during that time. So that'll be exciting. But yeah, driving up there, obviously, not going to be the same type of content, but you know, I think people like road trip type of information about Teslas as well. And so one thing we'll definitely be able to show for sure is cold weather for driving in Tesla. Probably won't be the same type of conditions that you see in the western half of the country, you know, Colorado and Utah and Wyoming. Yeah, it's not like that. Or even up in the Northeast. But it still gets pretty brutally cold, and I know like I said, they get blizzards and snow there as well. But we'll just see. We're hoping for the best, and we're gonna have fun doing it. And I will document as much of it as I can for y'all. I see that the flags are half-mast over there for President Jimmy Carter. As you can see, we got the American flag half-mast and the state of Texas flag half-mast. And so it'll be that way for a number of days. I forget there's a protocol on the amount of days that all flags fly half-mast for a fallen president. It's a fairly lengthy bit of time. I want to say it's like 3 weeks or something like that, 21 days. I could be wrong, but I know it's a fairly lengthy period of time. But they deserve it. They were elected. Take these off. I don't have the sun anymore. But yeah, they deserve it. They were elected by the people of the United States to be their top representative. And that's a big deal. All right, so we are headed back to the house. I still have some YouTube questions that I had jotted down. And granted, we do not have a long trip back to my house. It's really only about 20 minutes. And you know me, in 20 minutes time, all right, we're getting over here. Slow down a little bit for the standing water. That is good. As well as the car that was putting on their right blinker so we get back over. So I'm not exactly sure why it wanted to get over in the right lane in the first place. So from a lane selection standpoint, I don't know, I have to take a look at, maybe that was the slower moving lane at the time, but I'm not sure why it didn't just stay here in the left lane. But nonetheless, it reacted well to all of that. And again, if you're in the back seat, you could care less. If you're not having to you could care. So a lot of this, and you probably get the gist by now, a lot of my nuanced discussion around the Tesla FSD drive is going to be centered on the fact that I am in fact in the driver's seat supervising and ready to go at any second. And so obviously my senses are honed around everything, whereas somebody who's not having to supervise, who's in the passenger seat or who's in the back seat especially, it's just not going to register for them. So remember that. That's a pretty Model 3 right there. Nice little light gray 23 baby. 23 baby. I wonder if did they buy it in 2020? Well, I can tell by the T insignia on the back that it was definitely bought in 2023 or earlier. And it says baby. 23 baby. Interesting. It can't be somebody born in 23. I don't know, they could have been born in 1923. God bless them. 102 years old driving around in a Tesla. Good for you. Pretty soon, 102-year-old people will be able to ride around in Teslas to their heart's desire. They'll be cyber cabs. So that'll be really cool. And they'll be able to use them to their heart's desire. They can go all over the place. And so obviously that's an extreme example, 102. But just anybody that is a little bit older. Imagine the amount of independence that is going to give back to a bunch of people. And not just elderly, but, you know, anybody that's had a degree of their independence, or maybe all of their independence taken away from a driving standpoint due to a number of things. Elderly, infirmed, going through chemotherapy. I mean, that's one of the best comments I ever got, was from somebody that was going through chemo, and he was just really, really appreciative of the videos. And yeah, I was just like, man, dude, that means so much to me. I mean, you are the person that, you know, a big part of the reason that we want to do this. Obviously the biggest, just ending the death and misery on our roadways. But that's another one. So yeah, I'm thinking through some of the questions that I had that are on my list, and now that we've got about 14 minutes left, I'll probably get through about a fifth of the question. But I don't know if it was a question or a comment, but one of the really interesting new things that has been implemented by Tesla as it relates to both Tesla FSD and Tesla navigation, and just the Tesla software system in general, is fleet communications. And I think I've gotten a couple of comments in the YouTube comment section, couple of questions and comments, and it was enough that I was like, yeah, I probably ought to mention something about it. But Tesla has fleet communications now, and so it's in the early days, so it's gonna continue to get built out. But Tesla now has it in the fleet telemetry system where any sort of road closures, traffic jams, you know, any sort of issues on a roadway, but especially like road closures or bridges being out or major traffic accidents and traffic jams, that data, if a Tesla is in that and sees that, that gets reported back to Tesla, and then that is reported to the entire fleet real time. And so once that information is fed back real time, then I have that data. And so my Tesla FSD and Tesla navigation, they will then have real-time information on bad road conditions, and will not just utilize that data in the Tesla navigation, but will actually reroute me. And so FSD can now change where you're going. Basically, not just reroute you, but completely, you know, avoid certain obstacles or closures or traffic jams and issues like that, all through fleet communications. So that's really cool that we have that now. And so obviously it's still fairly early days, but you can imagine, just like anything with software, it's just going to get better and better and better over time. And man, that's just going to make for such better transportation. So FSD is already doing a great job of making your drive much more efficient and much more relaxed. But with fleet communications and fleet telemetry, it's going to be even that much better, because it's like Waze, but it's like Waze on steroids. And it's Waze that you don't even have to do anything with. Like with a normal vehicle using Waze, you have to be proactive with that, right? You have to open up the app. You have to be monitoring stuff. You have to personally get into the app and report something that you see. And with the Tesla fleet communications, it's just all automatic through AI. You don't do a thing. All you're doing is supervising the Tesla as it's driving. And so if you experience something in your Tesla, you don't have to do a thing. Your Tesla reports it automatically through artificial intelligence. And then once it's fed into those fleet communication system, then another Tesla 3 miles away coming towards my same direction will now have all that information. And, you know, be able to avoid that. Also, it's not just Tesla data that's getting fed in there. It's all the other data that's getting fed into Google and to Waze that's getting fed into Tesla fleet communication. So it's going to have all of it. So it's basically going to have all of the same information that you get from any other mapping service or mapping data, along with Waze. Plus, it's going to have things that Teslas see. And it's going to get fed into the fleet communications, and then it's going to help you avoid that in your Tesla. And you may never even know. Like if you're on FSD and you're just completely along for the ride like I am, and letting Tesla navigation and Tesla FSD do their thing, you're never even going to know that. You're going to see that you may see that it's rerouted you, but what you don't know is it's rerouted you because of some road closure that wasn't known about until 30 seconds ago. And it has been has been fed into the fleet communication. See, I tried to combine two words there. So yeah, that's going to be, well, it's already in there, but it's just, obviously something like that's just going to get better and better. All right, continuing to flow along here. So yeah, that was one of the things that I wanted to mention that is really, really cool about Tesla. And I could be wrong, and tell me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I don't believe any other vehicle maker has, in the United States that I know of, has that sort of software system that can do it. First of all, we know no other vehicle maker has FSD. I mean, they all have some sort of autonomous-like software, but nothing to the degree of a full self-drive, where it's just soup to nuts. Everything. City driving, highway driving, country road driving, parking lot driving, all of it. Soup to nuts. Parking lot to parking lot. It does everything. Nobody has that but Tesla. But I also believe that the fleet communications that they're really improving on now, that's pretty much a Tesla thing. And even if there are other companies out there, who else has 7 million autonomous AI robot vehicles out there running around like Tesla does? So again, just chalk up another reason why it's the best car out there, the best vehicle to have. I mean, I'm never going to drive anything like it other than Tesla. But I think y'all figured that out at this point, seeing that I have a YouTube channel to dedicate. Let me check my notes here. Now that we're at a stoplight, let me just check my notes real quick. Yep, talked about vehicle to fleet communications, dynamic routing around road closures and traffic issues, talked about that. Reported automatically through AI by other Teslas, along with existing Google and Waze data. FSD will reroute you automatically. So yeah, that's tremendous. So I really need to get some index cards. So hey, we got through. We're about 5 minutes away from the house, and we got through another question. Tell you what, maybe I'll try one more. I've got one more written down here in my notes just in case. I got to talking about Wichita and the road trip up there the entire way to my wife's family restaurant. But let me see if I can tackle one more. So I've done a number of videos on actual smart summon. It's colloquially called ASS. You know, people say, obviously from the actual smart summon, ASS. And so I've done a number of videos there. I get a lot of good feedback, especially when it first got rolled out to us. I got a lot of great feedback on it then. Now the folks that watch the videos, I think they're kind of used to it. They say, oh, that's pretty cool. But like, okay, well, it does that in Target parking lots and HEB parking lots. Great. You've done it 100 times, JC. Great. So like, what's next? And so, yeah, that's a great question. Like, is this just going to be it? Like, it comes and gets you in a parking lot? Like, that's fantastic, but all right. So two things. Number one, I still like to go out to parking lots from time to time and do actual smart summon sessions. And the main reason is why, because in person, a lot of people around here in Southeast Texas have never seen Teslas, right? They've never, not just seen actual smart summon, you know, it's their first time to not only see a driverless vehicle, like literally see a vehicle driving around a parking lot at HEB with no driver, nobody in it. So that's pretty cool for them. But some of them never even seen Teslas in operation, right? Because I mean, we're you know, our EV adoption rate here in the area I live in is really, really low. So I always like to do that because it always prompts conversations. I get people that come up to me like, "Oh, that's really cool. Can I talk? You know, and then but that'll prompt other questions about Tesla other than just actual smart summon. So that's one of the reasons I like to do it. So you're still going to see videos from time to time from me on actual smart summon, because I just like to go out to the parking lots and demonstrate it real time, like in person, to people. And so obviously while I'm doing it, I'm going to videotape it as well. And so I get it. For some of y'all that have already seen it quite a bit, you know, you're going to be, okay, well, that's great, JC. But yeah, I'm going to keep doing it. You know, it mainly because folks that get to see it live in person, like driving right next to them, I like to do that for them. Second is, yeah, there are going to be improvements coming to actual smart summon. So as we sit here right now, you know, the requirements around ASS, actual smart summon, is pretty much the limit is about 280 feet. I mean, I've had it go beyond that. Like, I've actually gotten above 300 feet. I want to say I was right around 310, 315. But it really, truly, at the end of the day, technically, it's not really geared for going past, you know, you have to be within 280 feet of the vehicle for actual smart summon to work. So there's that. The fact that you got to hold down on the button the entire time. So there's a button on your app, on your iPhone or your smartphone that you got to touch, but you got to hold down on that thing the entire time. So you can imagine you do a 5-minute actual smart summon session, you know, your thumb's getting tired. And then thirdly and finally, it can only go on private roads. So the only place you can do it is like in private parking lots, like an HEB or a Target or a Best Buy, or private driveways and stuff like that. You cannot do it on public roads, and that's a regulatory thing. That's has nothing to do with the technical ability, obviously, but it's a regulatory thing. So the first thing that'll happen is they'll at some point allow us to not have to press the button the whole time. I think that'll be the first thing. Oh, we got some chickens over there. That'll be the first thing they relax. You know what? Let me put a pin in that real quick because, well, yeah. Actually, give me a second. Yeah, that's the first thing they'll relax. You won't have to do that. And then they'll expand from 280 feet. Maybe expand it out. Let's get it out to maybe 400 feet or something, because there's some big parking lots in Texas. All right, I'm going to end the trip there because I want to have it park from the other end. So just give me a second here. I want it to get past this first drive into the parking lot and go ahead and go on up to the next one. All right, let's see. There we go. Let's see how we do here. So that's the two. So not have to press the button anymore and expand it out. Come on, let's get beyond 300 feet, maybe go to 400 and maybe even a little north of 400. But then finally, it's to let it operate on public roads. But that will then basically be robotaxi. That'll be unsupervised. So that'll be interesting. Okay, we got a vehicle pulling out of their parking. All right, they stop for us. Give them a wave, thank you. All right, we got somebody on a bicycle right there. Okay, let's see how we do. Can we park this time? Let's do it. Come on, give it some oomph. Give it some oomph. Get on up there. Oh, come on, come on. Keep going, keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. You can do it. Come on, baby girl. Oh, I'm like pressing down on it to get it to go. Come on, keep going. Come on, you can do it. Come on. Come on. Just a few. You literally got 5 feet to go. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Come on. Is it gonna do? Man, it just has not given up yet. It is trying. That back tire is on, but you can see it has not yet given up. I'm gonna give her just a little more time. Come on. You can give it. You can do it. Come on. Look at it. You see the steering wheel? She is really just, God, she wants to do it so bad. She just cannot get that back tire to go up over that hump. All right. Well, let me help her out here. There we go. 5 feet. Oh, man. She just could not get that rear right tire. She got everything else over. She got the front 2 tires, and she got the rear driver's side tire over. But she just could not get herself with enough confidence to get the rear right tire over that hump. Had she done that, she'd have been home free. Just that one more tire. She's getting closer, though. That was the closest she's come. That's the closest. All right, everybody. Well, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down here, and I'll get this downloaded and uploaded. And probably, I don't know the next time that I'll get something uploaded, because obviously tomorrow I am going to be on the road all day long. I'm definitely going to be filming tomorrow, but I don't know when I'm going to be able to get it all uploaded, you know, because obviously I'm not going to upload a 10-hour long video of everything that happens along the way, but I am going to be filming. But once I'm done with all the filming on the road trip tomorrow, obviously I'm going to want to take some time and just find the best, you know, little vignettes, nuggets for you that I think you would find interesting. And then, you know, obviously if it's a total of 10 hours of filming, I'm probably going to throw 9 hours of it away. So I got to take some time to go through that. So I don't know when my next video will be up. It likely won't be tomorrow, or maybe even the next day. But hopefully by the next day, hopefully by the end of the next day, it doesn't take me too long to, you know, get some vignettes together and then get that all uploaded. So my desire is that by sometime towards the end of, you know, the following day, what would that be? Wednesday, that I get, or so I'm sorry, Tuesday. So today's Sunday, right? We're driving all day tomorrow, Monday. And then, yeah, maybe by the end of the day, Tuesday, I get some. So I may have a little 2-day hiatus. Don't worry about me. And I'll get something up there soon. And I really do appreciate everybody that watches all my videos. I really appreciate everybody who likes and comments and subscribes. So please, once again, like, comment, and subscribe. Please, please, please. No, I'm just kidding. But no, in seriousness, I really do appreciate every single one of you that, you know, views it and then even goes further and likes and or comments and or subscribes, but mainly all three, all of you. Love you. All right, well, I will talk to y'all again soon, probably sometime in the next couple of days. Wish me luck on the road trip up to Wichita, Kansas, and I'm just looking forward to it. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your Sunday evening, and I will talk to y'all again soon.